Welcome back to my reaction of Project Eden's Garden, Part 3, Chapter 1, but this is Part 3 of my reaction. Let's jump right into it, shall we? We're gonna start off with a scream from Kai because Wolfgang, dude. What's that? Oh, his hands look... So obviously the pharmacy was used. Man, okay, that was a good scream. Kai's scream rang loud and clear in my ears. I could hear everything. All the fear and anxiety from the past 5 days joined in a chorus of terror. Before I knew it, I was yelling too. Ah! No! I can't look at it! My arms, my legs, there was no weight in them anymore. Only pins and needles, pricking every inch of my skin. What do I do? What am I supposed to do?
A body has been discovered.
A body has been discovered. Sorry, there was something in my throat.
A body has been discovered!
All students must proceed to the boiler room on the underground floor immediately. Time will be allotted for all participants to investigate the murder.
Appreciate it.
And afterwards, the real class trial will begin. Good luck, everybody!
Thanks, Tozu. The real class trial?
Oh, shit!
Oh, shit! This can't be for real. There's no way. There's no way! That's gonna sound good in the editing. With a wail, Kai booked it out of the room. I knew it was inevitable. I knew we'd chosen this path when we started denying the reality of this killing game. But seeing Wolfgang displayed the way he was, his face contorted into a look of terror, it made everyone's naivety all the more worse. And what did this mean for his blackmail? Yeah, so we had his blackmail. Last episode, I had assumed that it was Toshiko Kaira because I heard the pitter-patter runaway sound and it sounded like a little kid running away, but I don't think they would have like made the steps heavier if it was Ingrid running or something like that, so I don't think that's based on anything, but it wouldn't make any sense either because Jet had Toshiko's murder mystery motive blackmail, and so why would the two of them be in the basement together? Why was he in the basement with somebody? How did the lights get turned off? How did he get poisoned? Or what is that gun? Let's investigate and it'll answer all my problems. Like father, like son, beneath the sheep's skin hides a wolfish mind. I'll never know what that blackmail meant. Maybe if I just bit the bullet and confronted Wolfgang about it.
Diamond! Are you okay? I heard the announcement in. Is that Wolfgang?
Kai was right! The tournament attendees burst through the door, tailed by a stumbling Kai. I really didn't want to believe it.
Yeah! Why the heck would I lie? Are we 100% sure he's dead? I don't see any wounds. Maybe he's still breathing.
Good morning.
Oh no, he's very much dead.
Son of a bitch!
You!
This has gotta be an accident, right?
Why the long face?
Why do you ask?
Well, if the death wasn't intentional, it could have been treated like a manslaughter or something. I don't know. And not need a trial?
Rubbish.
Intentional or not, the killer's hands are still dirty with blood, no? As far as I'm concerned, murder is murder, be it third-degree murder, manslaughter, or anything in between.
Mm-hmm.
Besides, if Wolfgang's death was indeed an accident, and the killer bore no ill intent,
Don't you find it rather strange they haven't come forward and confessed?
Then,
Dang, Grace.
then tell us. Tell us who did this.
Who? Me?
Me? Tell you the killer?
Where's the fun in a mystery you already know the answer to? I'll keep my lips sealed, thank you very much.
Hold on.
So, there's definitely a killer?
There you are, Eloise. Ooh, there you are, Toshiko.
Moving on.
Ah, downstairs already? Aren't you a quick-footed bunch?
This is
Holy shit!
Nonsense!
Nonsense.
A cacophony of wails filled my ears, hailing the arrival of the remaining students. I feel like Diana would have let out a blood-curdling scream. Right? Why did she not scream? You're concerning me, Diana. Winona, I understand not screaming because she's stoic and cool, and I'm a philanthropist, and I'm a billionaire. Nothing phases me. I'm cool. But Diana, she's like trying to make friends with everybody, and she's like super nice, and she's sweet, and she's like... Ulysses Wilhelm, he's too tired to scream. You three... You're scaring me right now, but... Even screamers could have been faking it. Whoops. They'd entered the room completely bright red, having clearly made a desperate sprint to the boiler room. But now, they looked as lifeless as the man laying in front of them. What happened here? Damon and me, we just found him like this.
It's a sight to behold, I'm sure. Your beloved classmate who was once so lively, now splayed dead in front of you.
Well done.
To think I didn't even have to lift a finger after the blackmail. What are the odds?
How could you?
Who? Me?
How could I? You tickle me, Eloise. You must remember this is a killing game between students. Unless the rules state otherwise, a student can only be murdered by another student.
Blood is rushing.
The only undeniable truth is that one of you killed Wolfgang.
One of you killed Wolfgang. That's right. A person we've been living with, who I've spoken to before. That person is in the room right now, staring at their own crime scene. So, we are going to completely disregard the fact you showed each of us another person's blackmail.
I was simply pushing you all in the right direction. Do not take it personally.
But Wolfgang! He was so nice to everyone! Why would someone...
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Oh, she's still going. Wow, yeah, I mean, she's a 14-year-old who just witnessed one of her friends getting murdered. Yeah, that's fair.
Why would someone do this?
Well, if it is any consolation, I have a gift prepared.
A gift?
Plot twist.
Behold, the Tozu tablet. The second Tozu tablet, to be more precise.
You're even naming the tablet after yourself.
It's always been called this. You just didn't know until now.
Moving on.
Anyway, I trust you all remember how this tablet operates, yes? If not, allow me to briefly run you through it again. I needed to burp. I still need to burp. This tablet contains a summary of the crime scene. Certain special details like the victim's time of death have been oh so thoughtfully provided for you. Go on, take a look.
The victim is Wolfgang Akare, the ultimate lawyer. Damn! Ah. He was discovered in the boiler room on the underground floor. He is kneeling in the water, and his upper body is slumped over the concrete platform. Was he was he electrocuted? Dude! He's in the water. The power went out. What's that device? Estimated time of death is approximately 9:35 a.m. So we'd been doing the tournament for about half an hour. He died at 9:35. So everyone in the... No, I can't roll that out right away. I can't say that everyone in the tournament is innocent, because they could have set up a trap or something. I don't know, like, and when they started playing the video games, it started frying the water. I don't really know how. That doesn't really make it. This is different from the first tablet we got. No, I'm quite confident you're holding the same brand of tablet. Look, their shape and size are identical. I mean, why is there information missing from this tablet? The cause of death. When we investigated the dummy's murder, the tablet explicitly said she died from blood loss. But this tablet, it doesn't list Wolfgang's cause of death anywhere.
Rubbish.
Of course. Saying otherwise would make things too easy.
No.
Come again?
You see, the tablet's information has been divulged in such a way that both the killer and the spotless have equal chance of success.
Huh? What does that mean?
Moving on.
Nope, that's all you're getting from me. Tally-ho!
No.
Hey, wait! Damn it, he's already out of here. How nimble was this guy?
Why? Make what too easy? Solving Wolfgang's death?
This looks bad.
No way. Is he saying the cause of death is part of the mystery? Fuck this! Who cares? You're crazy! I'm not investigating shit! Keep me out of this!
Don't look at me.
I don't want to be here. I don't want to keep looking at him.
No, just no.
You have to be insane to think I'm touching a dead body. One by one, multiple students made their way to the door. It was then that she finally spoke. Ava?
No.
Stop! Although she didn't yell, there was an overwhelming intensity to her voice. The same kind that caught everyone's attention back in the trial room. Immediately, the runaways froze. Yeah? What do you want? You all remember the rules, don't you? If we don't solve Wolfgang's murder and uncover the killer,
Can't you see?
then we are going to die. Our feelings don't matter in this killing game. They never did. All that matters right now is finding the truth.
Don't test me.
Rich coming from you.
Bad news. Maybe it is. But that doesn't mean she's wrong. If we accuse an innocent person, everyone except the killer will be executed. That's what Tozu said, and that's what was reiterated by our watchers.
It is how it is.
It is what it is. Whether we like it or not, those are the rules.
If it's the difference between life and death, there's nothing much else we can do. But I don't want to look at him. Investigating a crime scene doesn't mean investigating just the body. It's standard procedure in homicide investigations to try and pinpoint the victim's movements before their deaths.
Thinking.
That means searching places they've gone to, people they've spoken to. In Wolfgang's case, his dorm room might be an area of interest.
Yeah,
Yeah. Since the dorms don't have locks, there's nothing stopping anyone from entering.
Oh boy.
When you put it like that... hey, broski! Wanna explore the dorm?
Yeah, sure.
If you guys are going, then I'll come with.
Yes, same for me.
I'm a little sus of you two, though. I love you, but I don't like how you're going. I don't know, it feels like you're gonna try and hide some evidence or something. The way Ava spoke with such precision and such calmness, it's the same way she spoke when she discovered the dummy.
Hold your horses.
Hold on. Ulysses, you won't be going anywhere.
What?
Aye.
That notebook you're carrying, whatever evidence we find down here, I want you recording it. What about us? We might discover something huge upstairs. The area with the body deserves the most attention. Once we've exhausted our options here, then we'll head up there.
Moving on.
Obviously, I'll remain here. You should too, Damon.
Right. My mind was still reeling from the shock of discovering the body, and the lump in my throat still wouldn't go away. But Wolfgang really was dead, and I had to find out why.
I don't understand.
It's just so hard to believe. Could one of our friends really be a murderer?
Friends? She said it like that blind optimism isn't what the killer most likely exploited. After all, how can you suspect anyone if you trust everyone? It's an environment perfect for deceit, an environment perfect for murder, and worst of all, an environment we've created. Kind of. Tozu created it, but we created it. Sorry, we created it. Let's investigate. Investigation start. I'm curious about this thing down here. Let me do what I did last time and look back over the tablet first. Okay. Let's go in the boiler room. Some to the copy. 935. Okay. It still pissed me off seeing everything except the cause of death listed, especially when I knew the reason why. We just saw that. Tozu's definitely compensating for something. I mean, for the killer. Probably because they failed to hide their own tracks, and withdrawing information might be his way of balancing the odds.
Won't lose.
Bullshit rules! Who's to say they won't be abused? Regardless, Wolfgang's cause of death should be treated as the crux of this mystery. If I can figure out how he died, then everything else should fall into place. I think it's electricity or drugs. Okay, let's investigate what it... Oh, a taser! Oh, wait. It wouldn't make sense for it to be him shooting, like, the generator himself, standing in the water and dying by his own hand. That wouldn't make sense. Why would he do that? He doesn't have any reason to. Pretty random thing to be lying around a crime scene. It definitely wasn't in the boiler room prior to the murder either. Did that mean this taser gun was involved in the murder? Where did it come from? On a closer inspection, nothing about the gun looked particularly strange. Had it ever been used? I'm pretty sure taser guns dispense some kind of wire when fired, yeah. Nearby were some yellow pieces of plastic on the floor. They were the same shade of yellow as the taser gun. Had these originally been attached to it? I can't tell where they would fit on the gun though. Never mind. What's the point in making guesses when I can just get him to confirm? After all, someone who's a pro at wielding guns should know them better than anyone else.
Hey, Desmond!
Where you at? I don't know where you are. What's up, Winona?
Hello?
Winona, you're still here?
Seriously?
Is there a problem with that? Why does she need to frame everything I say in the worst light? I'm preparing to hold a one-on-one session with Ulysses. I was consulting him about something important before we were interrupted by the announcement. Is that what you were doing before the blackout? Repeat that.
It's simple.
The blackout. Were you still with Ulysses when it happened?
Come on.
You're not speaking sense. There was no power outage. She can't be serious. That blackout affected the entire building. Unless...
Anyways.
Let me rephrase. Where were you when the murder happened?
Sheesh.
Where were you? At Cassidy's game tournament in the dining hall.
Oh, really?
Really? Not what I expected.
Let me see.
Ulysses and I spent this morning by the large tree. We stayed there up to and including the time of Wolfgang's murder. Sounded like she had an alibi then. As for the location she mentioned, I assumed this entire building complex connected to the one generator. But it made more sense for that tree area to have its own separate system, hence why it didn't lose power. What about the courtyard though? Was anyone there at the time of the blackout? Yeah, that's what I was curious about. Do you confirm? Were you in the tree?
I was cuddling Winona in the tree. The generator over there is partially submerged in the water. I think we would be wise to stay on this platform.
Was he worried about the water being electrified? Ava and I managed to stand in it way back when. I don't see why now would be any different. That's a good point. Then again, the generator wasn't damaged last time.
Damn.
Yeah, since Wolfgang is kneeling in the water, we should avoid touching him.
No,
You don't know for sure if the water's unsafe.
Huh?
listen to me.
Before you start making conclusions, you should experiment first.
Saying that, Ava walked over to a pile of boxes and pulled out a light bulb. Oh, I see what you're doing. The thing from before. I need that light bulb, actually, because I have a lamp right here that needs a light bulb so that I can have better lighting for my streams. Sure enough, Ava went straight to the edge of the platform, and then threw the light bulb into the water.
Look,
See? It's not lighting up. That means the water is...
Well, I
see. Then, I suppose it's safe to inspect Wolfgang.
Okay.
Wolfgang. I don't know how to separate their voices. Are you going to?
I think I will observe from afar instead.
Now isn't the time to be listening to your nerves. I'll investigate Wolfgang. I'll inspect the rest of the scene first. Okay, I won't inspect Wolfgang. What's up, Eva? Aren't you going to investigate Wolfgang?
Me?
Yeah.
Who else? Back when we mistook the dummy for a body, you poked it pretty nonchalantly.
hang on.
That's different. I never thought it was real.
I see.
I see. Now that we were finally advancing in the investigation, her cool composure had all but vanished. Typical, I guess. She can only keep up an act for so long. It's alright, Ava. We'll touch the body together.
Aye.
Oi, take a whiff of the air. Ain't there something off about it?
I followed his instructions and sniffed the air.
That's...
It smells like burnt rubber.
That ain't it.
'Cause of the bursted generator, yeah? But that's not what I'm talking about. There is another scent. A real bitter one.
You might actually be onto something. It's almost like cereal and rubbing alcohol?
Bad news.
Indeed. I'm suspecting a mighty chemical reaction at work.
Eh?
I've had my fair share of travels across the sea, and I'm no stranger to foul play. There's no stench worse than one of a disastrous combustion.
It is how it is.
Thing is, I got no idea where it's coming from.
Really? The smell is supposedly that of a chemical reaction. Where else could it be coming from, besides the busted generator? Unless Jean's conclusion about the smell is wrong? I wouldn't put it past him. He does have a nose, and Ulysses doesn't. Excuse me. Cereal and rubbing alcohol. Half of the generator's internals had melted away, and what still remained was almost completely singed. Yeah, this was definitely the cause of the power outage. What could have melted the wires, though? It looked like a bomb had gone off in there.
That's...
Now that I think about it, during the game tournament. Taking a deep breath, I stayed in my grasp on the controller, pushed both joysticks as hard as I could. You didn't short it out by pushing the joystick's controllers, though. That's not what happened. There had been a loud boom right before the blackout happened. Similar to a firework going off or someone firing a gun.
That's...
Did I overhear the sound of the generator being destroyed? Nothing else near the dining hall could have made that kind of noise, I don't think. Somebody blew it up with cereal and baking soda? No, cereal and rubbing alcohol? If my assumption is correct, the generator would have been destroyed around the same time the murder was committed. That's suspicious as hell. There's no way the two events aren't connected. But I'm also working purely off my memory of the boom. To be absolutely sure, I need to know when exactly the blackout occurred. Was there any way for me to find that out? I'm sure there is. There's a cord in the water. Judging by the length, I think it's an extension cord. But what the hell happened to the other end of it? There was no internal plug, just a frayed tip lined with a black substance. Had the cord been burnt? I didn't see this cord in the boiler room earlier, so it probably came from someplace else. One of the storage rooms, maybe. It wasn't always in this condition, that's for sure. All the items we've been provided so far, light bulbs, speakers, a fridge, they've worked pretty well. Perfectly well. So what happened to this cord, and why was it even in the water? Knife! To cut the cord? A knife? No! Why was the knife floating in the water? On the blade and in the surrounding water, I could make something out. The unmistakable color of blood. There's no doubt about it. This knife must have something to do with the murder. Why the knife was here and not actually on the platform, I had no idea. Chunks of something red were floating nearby the generator. It almost looked like metal or maybe plastic. Were these originally part of the generator? The colors and material don't seem to match though. Shrapnel from a bomb going off. There was blood speckled across the floor. I didn't notice it at first, neither did I, due to the room's restricted lighting. But now, after my eyes had time to adjust, it couldn't be more obvious.
I see.
Looks like it passes into the hallway too. I'd completely missed these during the blackout. Speaking of, after the body discovery announcement, everyone barged into the boiler room through this door. Yet these blood spots don't look smudged. I'm guessing they were already dry by the time any of us got here, in which case, could this be Wolfgang's blood? Does it say that it extends to the door? Why would that be Wolfgang's blood if he's over there? If it goes out into the hallway, that's probably the blood of the killer. Ulysses...
Hi.
Why did you move over here? Oh.
It's...
The struggle.
The struggle. I feel it is highly important we investigate anything and everything we can. That is why I moved over here to investigate.
More like you didn't want to be near Wolfgang's body. In what was a first for the investigation, something other than the fear appeared on Ulysses' face. It was curiosity. What is it?
Look at the floor in front of the door.
That's...
Okay, I saw that. I was trying to investigate it.
Yes.
Seriously?
This is just a small piece of scrap metal.
Do you think?
Even so, it's still part of the crime scene. It necessitates documentation.
That's not important.
Seriously? Something this small means something?
It could have come from the generator or the pipes above us. Ingrid could have been carrying it for all we know.
Ingrid? Why'd you point out Ingrid? This guy, there's so much here he could actually document, and instead he's focusing on some flimsy piece of metal? All the more reason to rely on myself. Alright, it feels like I've given the boiler room a good rundown, which means... Hi, Wolfgang. Just yesterday, Wolfgang was talking with us, eating breakfast with us, and now he's... dead. Who had the resolve to commit such a needlessly brutal murder? To go so far as to mangle his body. I couldn't unpack it. I didn't know how to. This wasn't just some dummy I had to investigate. This was a real person. It was so far out of my expertise, let alone my comfort zone.
Hello.
Do you want to inspect him?
Holy crap! Did you really have to scare me like that? Yeah, I do want to inspect him. It's just the idea of getting close to him.
Where?
I'll investigate with you. It'll be easier for both of us that way. Right?
Right.
Wolfgang laid completely still, his face frozen in a look of horror. His once bright eyes were shrouded in darkness, and his mouth was open as if he'd been killed mid-scream. Ava's expression said it all. Wolfgang did everything in his power to make us outcasts, and make the worst of us. At times, I even hated him for it. But this brought no relief to either of us. Wolfgang, what happened in his final moments that left him so terrified? Was it the realization he was about to die? Probably. Pain? Mulling over the what-ifs won't bring me any closer to solving Wolfgang's murder. Right now, my focus should be to find evidence. And that begins by investigating his body. Oh, this song is called Warm Body? That's not cool. Yeah, Wolfgang's body. Now that I think about it, the place where Wolfgang laid was odd. What were the chances he would end up here, between the only opening of the fence? The one spot where he could kneel over like this. Was it possible he'd been trying to climb onto the platform before he died? It's strange why he didn't use the stairs, though. And even stranger that he was even in the water. Right? Wolfgang's blazer. Wolfgang's suit was completely crumpled, a far cry from his once clean appearance. Water had seeped into the pants, completely ruining the fabric. As I leaned in close, I spotted a folded piece of paper sticking out from his back pocket. Though it was soaked, it wasn't completely destroyed. I really don't want to touch him, but... With my thumb and index finger, I snatched the paper out of his pocket, taking care not to brush my hand against his body. I gingerly folded open the paper, aware that some of the wetter spots could fall apart immediately, and found a message written inside.
That's some very ugly handwriting. Do you recognize it?
A lot of the text is unreadable. Whoever wrote this probably used a low-quality pen. Although, at the bottom of the page, fragments of a message were still visible. Secret. 8:15 a.m., boiler room, close the door. Doesn't this read a lot like a command?
It seems like someone wanted to arrange a private meeting with him
I
here.
see.
Could that someone be the culprit?
Not sure.
8:15 a.m.? That's a long time before the time of death. Though, maybe there was a struggle, or maybe Wolfgang arrived late?
There must be something.
Either way, this message is definitely a valuable clue. It's our only insight into Wolfgang's movements before his
Well?
death.
Now I really want to know where everyone was at that time.
I woke up at 8:30 a.m. this morning, so I was asleep when this meeting was scheduled to happen.
It's only 35 minutes before the tournament. Cassidy, Jet, Mark, and I would have already been in the dining
Right.
hall.
Right, setting up equipment.
That's...
As for the other students, directly asking them where they were at 8:15 might be risky.
Where?
Because they would wonder where we got the time from.
Exactly, and I'd prefer to keep this note between the two of us. At least for now. Kai should be good too, but he did wake us up, so he could have been somewhere suspicious
anyways.
before the tournament. Ugh. Anyway, this thing about a secret, what do you think that means?
Gah.
Well, I'm not really sure. It could be referring to anything.
Anything, huh?
You know what it means?
I know.
I have an idea. The author of this letter might be talking about Wolfgang's blackmail.
Huh.
If they claimed to have it, they could have baited him here without much issue. After all, Wolfgang asked us to meet with the person whose blackmail we had.
Strange.
A derelict boiler room is a pretty ominous place to meet someone, though. It would have been Wolfgang's first time here, too. Assuming he didn't explore this floor first
What
beforehand.
could it be?
Either way, he didn't see the super obvious danger in meeting here alone. Or he did realize and just didn't care.
Right.
Does that change anything about what I said?
Well, duh. If Wolfgang knew the warning signs, his reason for coming might have less to do with
You
integrity
see?
and more to do with desperation.
Huh?
Desperation?
To know the details of his
I
blackmail.
see.
It would stand to reason.
If only Wolfgang had hidden this note somewhere safe instead of bringing it here. It would have been valuable evidence.
I doubt he could have envisioned something like this happening. He was never really on his guard during the killing game, except around you and me, I guess. Hand. Ugh, his hand looked awful. With the way Wolfgang was slumped over the platform, it almost looked like he'd fallen on top of it.
Focus.
Let me see if his palms are scratched. As I knelt down to take a closer look, trickling out from under the cuff of Wolfgang's sleeve and onto the rest of his hand, a strange injury that looked a lot like a tree sapling. Was this a burn mark? An electric burn, yeah. When I looked at Wolfgang's other hand, I saw the same thing. Markings that seemed to extend down the arm.
The hell?
Ava, look at this.
Hello.
Let me see.
Yeah, burn marks.
That's really horrible. They look like gross little veins. What inflicted them?
That's...
There's a taser a little way off from where we're standing, but I couldn't find anything to indicate it's been fired. So the only other thing I can think of is the generator.
Is that really true?
Why the generator?
I know.
The thing has clearly been destroyed by something. Maybe Wolfgang got caught in that something, and that's how he
Not
died.
sure.
I'm not sure. The generator seemed too far away from where Wolfgang is lying to cause burns like these.
Look at this.
Plus, the water's room isn't conductive. The room's water isn't conductive, so electricity couldn't have traveled through it.
Could it have, though? You're right. Anything able to melt the generator's wires would have burnt his suit to a crisp, too.
Exactly.
Thinking.
I think Wolfgang received these burns outside the boiler room. There's just nothing here that could leave these marks. As for the actual place he got burnt,
Guess we'll have to try and find it ourselves. That is, if such a place even exists. While it's possible the generator may not have been involved in the murder, it seemed unlikely that Wolfgang made a detour for the boiler room after being severely burnt. After all, burns like his would definitely paralyze someone. Yikes. What? Burns down the arm like that would paralyze him? As for Wolfgang's palms, they didn't have any markings on them. Still, he must have fallen somehow. Why else would he be lying on a platform? His face, man. There didn't seem to be any strange markings on Wolfgang's face. However, along the back of his neck, there was a massive bruise.
that looks like a really bad injury. Almost his entire neck is discolored.
Right. How did he get this on the back of his neck?
Nothing around us seems to have left it. This might sound morbid, but what if it's a sign of his body decomposing?
Can a body really decompose this fast?
It could, or it could not. It probably depends on the environment.
As in the temperature?
Correct.
Correct. Cold places are generally better at preserving things than warm. Humid areas like this boiler room.
Thinking.
Warm, humid areas. Kind of like dairy products. That's a good comparison.
A tone-deaf one, but sure.
Wolfgang didn't have this bruise yesterday, at the very least. If he did, it would have been super noticeable.
Fair.
Yeah, true. Turning my attention back to Wolfgang, I caught something else on his body. Near the mark on his neck, but not directly overlapping it. A red dot?
Is that a beauty mark?
Doesn't look like it. The skin around the dot seems to be inflamed. It reminds me of a popped pimple. The sort of one you could easily inflict on yourself.
So,
And you don't think this is related to the murder?
It might not be, but
There must be
judging by the
something.
lack of scabbing, this was inflicted pretty recently, so we may as well keep it in mind. An injection of some kind?
hello.
Hey, Damon. Since we've inspected the boiler room, we should find the students who left and ask them for their testimonies.
Right.
They went upstairs to investigate Wolfgang's dorm, right?
Yes, because of what I said earlier. The victim's last known whereabouts are the best places to search for clues.
Okay.
Alright, let's see what they've been up to. Apart from collecting testimonies, there were two other matters on my mind. One, getting Desmond to inspect the taser gun, and two, pinpointing exactly when the blackout occurred, in case it happened at the time of the murder. I walked over to the boiler room door, which had been left slightly ajar, but as I began to pull it the rest of the way open, I noticed it. The doorknob, something about it, looked different. Hey, Eva. The doorknob. I think it's been flipped.
Flipped? Are you sure?
Take a look for yourself. The first time we woke up here, I'm pretty sure this lock was on the inside, not the outside.
Is that really true?
How would someone be able to flip a doorknob, though?
That's...
By unscrewing it, probably.
Okay. Why didn't you say something earlier?
What do you mean? This is the first time I've noticed it.
Is that really true?
Really? You didn't notice it back when you entered the boiler room with Kai?
No, not even then. It might have been because of the darkness or my own nerves. But back then, I wasn't paying attention to small details like the doorknob. All I wanted to do was enter the boiler room.
Anyways.
And I know that makes me sound stupid.
Listen to me.
It's okay. I mean, I probably would have noticed the doorknob had I been there, but that's beside the point.
Alright. Anyway, this discovery paints an interesting picture. Since the lock was now accessible from the hallway, you could technically lock the boiler room shut without stepping foot in it. Meaning that if you wanted to lock someone inside the boiler room, all you have to do is lure them in and close the door behind them. That's terrifying. What the heck? Dude, who has tools? Ingrid.
Moving on.
She could have done that to the doorknob. She did a lot with laundry, you know, she picked up laundry duty. She wanted people to help her out with laundry. Wolfgang was one of them. Ingrid, I love you. Don't tell me.
Come on, we need to collect people's testimonies before the investigation ends.
Right, let's go. As a million questions rattled away in my mind, I followed Ava out of the boiler room. Actually, Ava, before we go upstairs, it's probably worth checking out the storage closets first.
Why?
I know.
I found something in the boiler room that might be related to them. Yeah, the length of the extension cord. Okay. Did it come from the... That extension cord. We should confirm if it indeed come from a storage closet.
Okay,
However,
but first, I want to talk to
Come
Cassidy.
again?
You want to talk to her?
Yes, I want to talk to her. Is that bad?
She wasn't much help last investigation.
Well, any help is better than no help.
Fair.
All right, I'll talk to Cassidy first, and then I'll investigate the storage closets on this floor. Where's Cassidy? Oh, there she is. Hi, what are you doing out here?
Boo.
interesting.
Wow, that was easy.
hell?
Why did you do that?
To see if you were nervous.
Seriously?
Of course I'm nervous. You were nervous earlier.
No.
Earlier, yeah, but not anymore.
Moving on.
Anyway, you shouldn't be so nervous. If you're too nervous, you won't be able to think straight. So you should calm down.
Easier said than done.
Well,
Well, we've already investigated the really ugly stuff, right? You don't need to think about that stuff for now. Just focus on collecting people's testimonies.
listen to me.
I can keep reminding you if you want.
I'll be fine. That was really cute. Bill. Why is she joking off right now? All right, Cass.
Yo, yo!
Cassidy was pacing around the hallway with a finger on her chin, seemingly doing nothing.
Huh?
Yo!
Oh, hey guys! Sorry for not noticing you sooner. I was performing a super sweep down of this here hallway.
That's a lot of words for wandering around aimlessly.
Listen to me.
Can you put your sweep down on hold? I have a really important question.
Okay.
Let's hear it. Just don't drag it on too long, okay? Gotta finish my sweep down before time's up.
You see,
Do you remember who attended the tournament?
Hmm.
The game tournament? Everyone who was slated to join kept their word, so we had a full house.
What about...
There were 8 people in total. Jet, Mark, Grace, Jean, Kai, and the 3 of us.
Huh?
Something on your mind?
Well, since the murder happened in the boiler room,
Well...
wouldn't that mean everyone in the dining hall has an alibi?
Ooh.
That's a good point!
I didn't even think of that. She's totally right.
Also, since we split into pairs while investigating those rooms down the hall, every pairing can vouch for each other.
Right.
We all split up. What were the groups again?
Yep.
Jet and I explored the storage closet B.
Eh? Storage closet
Check it out.
B?
That's what it's called in the map.
Does she mean the map of the Tozu trinket? Oh. I activated my trinket, and sure enough,
See? Storage closet B.
is also
Storage closet A, storage closet C, and storage closet D. Those are definitely the rooms we explored.
true.
I see.
In that case, Kai and I must have explored storage closet C. I remember it clearly. The 2 of us checked the closet above and opposite the one Cassidy searched. According to this map, the only closet to fit those parameters is storage closet C.
Correct.
Grace and I investigated the closet directly next to Damon's, so we must have been inside storage closet A.
Yeah.
Which leaves Mark and Jean with storage closet D. Yeah, that makes sense.
You know, Damo, since you're here,
Question.
what's the deal with you in the boiler room?
What?
When Kai told us party peeps about Wolfie, he said you 2 went inside the boiler room.
How?
The heck did you do that for? You were supposed to check out the storage closet.
No.
You're not casting suspicion on me, are you?
Me? No way! As far as Cass is concerned, everyone is innocent until proven otherwise.
I investigated the storage closet with Kai. We just didn't find anything inside.
Anyway.
Although we did hear someone running down the hallway.
Am I hearing you
For
right?
real?
Pat, pat, pat. Frantic footsteps echoing from the hallway outside.
Doubt it.
Weird. I don't remember hearing any footsteps.
It's the truth.
I do.
Really?
Eh.
Ava, did you really?
I heard them while Grace and I were investigating the storage room next to yours.
However,
I just brushed it off as my imagination, though. Guess me and Jet must have been talking over them. Were those footsteps the reason you entered the boiler room, Damo?
It's Damon, and yeah, they came from the direction of that room, so I wanted to see what the person was running from.
real?
Phooey, really? I would have just chased after the footsteps. I mean, entering the boiler room after something like that, you weren't scared of murderers hiding inside?
What I actually discovered wasn't much better.
True. Then whose footsteps could those have been? I don't know why anyone would want to be running around those spooky hallways, let alone in the dark.
What about...
Unless, maybe they were also looking for a backup generator.
That's not important.
I doubt it's that innocent. Considering the place this person was running from was the crime scene, those footsteps were probably the killer.
You mean fresh off committing the murder?
Right.
Fresh off the murder, or a bit after, depending on what time we went downstairs. Either way, whatever it was immediately after the murder, or not. For a brief moment, the only thing separating us from Wolfgang's killer were the storage room walls. That's creepy to think about. I guess it's true that maybe they all do have alibis, but the fact that they brought it up kind of scares me. I think it was Cassidy that brought it up too, and I don't like that because Cassidy's my girl, and she can't have killed anyone. Sounds like Ulysses and Winona are probably not even remotely culprits, based on their location.
Thus, bit by bit, the mystery slowly unravels.
My genius is almost frightening.
No need to thank me. 'Tis all in a day's work.
She didn't even do anything. There's dried blood on the floor. For some reason, it seemed to pool right around this particular spot.
Dried blood, like in the boiler room.
You noticed the blood in there?
Correct.
I noticed you noticing it.
I see.
So,
So, who do you think left all this blood behind?
Focus.
Well, it can't be Wolfgang, can it? Considering the sort of injuries he's sustained, it wouldn't make sense for him to have spilt a lot of blood.
There must be something.
Which means the only possibility we're left with is...
what could it be?
The blood belongs to someone else?
Yeah, exactly. The killer?
If I didn't notice the blood here, would you have pointed it out to me?
Huh?
I would have pointed this out. I would have pointed it out to you if the roles were reversed. That way you'd know not to step on it.
Right.
Sure, I'd point it out.
Thanks.
Okay, this is storage closet
Yeah.
A.
Let's take a look around. As I began to investigate the shelves, the glint of something shiny caught my eye. Huh? Ava, look! There's a rolling pin here, and handprints on it too.
Strange.
Oh shit.
What are you implying?
That someone used this recently, and not for its intended purpose. The wound on the neck.
I know.
Look, can you see how the handprints are at the base of the pin? You aren't rolling much dough if you're wielding this thing like a tennis racket, are you? The pin is also really dusty. If it came from the kitchen, it would be clean like the other utensils there.
Yeah, agreed.
Not only that,
Jeez.
right, there's a dent on the pin too.
Really?
On the end of opposite the handprints. Can you see it?
Weird.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Handprints and a dent. That's definitely not a coincidence.
Focus.
Could this pin have something to do with that mark we found on Wolfgang's neck? If it was used to knock him out, it would not only explain the dent on the pin, but the bruise on Wolfgang's neck.
How did it make its way into this closet, though?
Right? What do you mean?
How did the pin make its way into the closet after the killer used it?
Oh,
There must be something.
I mean, if the footsteps Kai and I heard were the killers, they probably chucked the pin in here on their way out.
Absolutely not.
No, that's not what happened. If the killer entered this closet and hid the rolling
Listen
pin,
to me.
Grace and I would have seen them.
Crap, of course. She and Grace were investigating this closet at the same time. What if the killer placed the pin in here before any of us came downstairs?
David.
If they were out in the hallway, why didn't they use that as their chance to escape?
Damn it, she's right about that too. Could this rolling pin really be unrelated? But it lines up so well with the other evidence. Rolling pin. There aren't any ultimate bakers. Is that a tool that Ingrid would have?
Moving on.
She's strong enough to wield it and just bash somebody's neck in, so... I'm scared, Ingrid, I'm scared.
Okay, I don't think there's anything else to this room. Let's keep investigating.
One moment she's speaking nonsense, the next she's totally coherent. I don't think I'll ever understand this girl. When is she ever speaking nonsense?
Look.
This is storage closet D.
Yeah, Mark and Jean explored this one. Jean, let's see what I can find here.
Is there anything weird about this room?
That's...
I think I see something behind this pile of boxes. I stood on my tiptoes to get a better look. Ah, so they really are here.
Well,
What's here?
Extension cords, a whole bunch of them.
strange.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, these are definitely the same type of cord I saw in the boiler room. One only difference is, these still have their other half intact. The internal plugs are pretty slim compared to the other kinds of cords. The fact these cords matched the one in the boiler room means the killer must have rummaged through these closets for equipment. For what reason they needed the cord, I had no idea, but this was still a step in the right direction. Besides that box of cords, nothing else about the room is standing out to me.
So,
Do you want to move on?
Yeah, let's go. This is my storage closet with Kai.
weird.
Come again?
The cord is...
Correct.
Yeah. It's weird that it's at the crime scene, and its name is also weird.
Huh?
Its name?
Thinking.
Extension cord is a weird name.
You see,
Those cords aren't even extendable. If they were like those dining tables that you could pull apart, the name would make sense, but they're only a fixed length.
rage.
Ugh, weirdest name ever.
How many times can one person say weird? Okay. She is awfully calm about this. This was the closet Kai and I explored. It was hard to get a good look at its content from in the dark, but seeing it now,
See.
there doesn't seem to be anything important in here. I think we can move on.
Okay.
Interesting.
Right.
Right, the closet Cassidy and Jet explored.
Look,
Do you see that?
See what?
The box in the corner over there. Look.
Confused, I turned to where she was pointing. This is
I think I know what it is.
a generator, right? The one you were referring to during the blackout.
correct.
Yeah, exactly. Since I've explored these rooms before, I knew one of them had a backup generator.
That's...
Excuse me, if this closet has the backup generator, wouldn't that mean the ones who restored the power?
Thinking.
Well, if Cassidy and Jet were the only people who entered this room, then they're the people who brought the power back.
Damn, I'm surprised those two actually knew how to navigate a generator.
We've looked around the closets now. Did you find everything you needed?
Yeah, I did. The rolling pin, the stack of extension cords, at least the
Anyway.
Go upstairs and collect some testimonies.
Finally.
Ava and I emerged from the basement and on the lookout for anything that could aid us in our investigation. Aw, Eloise. Right in front of us, a flustered Eloise was huddled with her back to the wall. Standing next to her.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? Might want to lower your voices around here. Some stuff has happened.
What could it be?
Is something wrong?
Sorry. Eloise had a bit of a frightening experience
You
lately.
think?
I think we all have.
No kidding.
Well, yeah, the scene downstairs is bad, but I'm talking about something else. What?
After Tozu left, we tried going inside Wolfgang's room to look for clues. But the moment we stepped in, she suddenly pounced on me.
She?
Oh. She dragged me out, and Desmond ran after us. I haven't been able to get my heart to stop beating so quickly since.
Hold on, this she you're referring to. Mara?
Shit.
Yep. It's Grace. What? Damn, what the heck? She's been guarding Wolfgang's dorm ever since she kicked us out. Grace was blocking access to Wolfgang's dorm? What the hell?
We can't let her bar us from entering his room. The class trial could start any moment.
That's what I tried telling everyone else, but they pretty much gave up. Jet and Mark went to the dining hall, Diana went to the laundry room, and Toshiko and Ingrid went to the courtyard. Diana went to the laundry room by herself? I'm not suspecting her. I mean, that is a little suspicious, but she could be in danger. Why is she splitting up? Eloise and I, though, we're not gonna let this slide. We gotta get inside that dorm room. So we've been brainstorming other ways to approach Grace.
Think about it this way.
And we've landed on something. performing a brief inquisition. Inquisition? If Grace doesn't want to cooperate, we'll start badgering her with questions, poke at her ego until it eventually retreats.
Safety first.
If you want, you can join us. A debater must be good at dishing verbal beatdowns, yeah? I did come here to investigate Wolfgang's dorm, so I might as well.
If that's the
I'm
case,
I'll go to the dining hall and ask Jet and Mark for their testimonies. You're not coming along?
Where?
Grace isn't someone I'd like to be around right now. You three can handle her.
Something tells me she's just afraid of her talent being mocked.
Right.
No sweat. Have fun with Jet and Mark.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Ava left in the direction of the laundromat, clearly taking the long route to the dining hall. Is she gonna stop by, check on Diana?
Should we approach Grace then?
Totally.
Yeah, let's not waste any time.
Okay. Right. Okay.
Do you want to take the lead, Damon? Oh, sure. I was going to admit it to I wasn't going to admit it to either of their faces, but their plan seemed pretty half-baked. Not because I was going to face off with Grace, but because she was too. How could a bumbling person like her be of any help in a verbal showdown? If anything, she'll probably make us look uncoordinated. Guess I'll have to do the most of the heavy lifting here. Since Grace was guarding Wolfgang's dorm, she should be right around the corner. Is she just trying to make people not mess with evidence? Hey Grace, you're kind of scaring me right now. Tell you two yippies, get it? You're not coming in.
Don't get it mixed up.
Hang on, we're not here for that. Damon just wants to ask you a question.
Back off.
He isn't coming in either.
Jeez.
Why not? I need to investigate Wolfgang's dorm room.
Soybean.
Back off, Soybean. His room is none of your business. Except it is. I have to search his last known whereabouts, which includes his dorm room by default.
See that?
Well, if I said it's... I've done the job for
Come
you.
again.
As in you've searched the room? High and low. Want to know what I found? Nothing.
For us to believe that, we need to see it ourselves.
You think I'm lying?
Just saying.
There's a chance you could be, unfortunately.
Hey?
Think about it. You haven't given us any reason to believe you. Someone who's got nothing to hide wouldn't be acting so protective right now, you know? It gives the impression there's something you really don't want us to see.
Anyway. Also, couldn't this be considered breaking the rules? Tozu wants this game to be fair, but being prevented from searching every room doesn't seem very fair.
Don't test me.
Even if it isn't, what are you gonna do?
I'll report it to Tozu.
Huh?
You.
Makes sense.
Nice idea. What do you say we look for him now? If Tozu agrees that this is sabotage, he might call Mara for help. Oi! It's not sabotage! I'm not hiding anything about the murder. Don't try to get me involved!
Desmond never mentioned Wolfgang's murder.
Anyway.
Look, just let us into the room. If you're telling the truth, we'll drop our suspicions.
Gotta stay one step
The
ahead.
reality of the situation is, we gotta invade Wolfgang's privacy if we want to know what happened to him. He would want to investigate our dorms if it were anyone else who died. Wow. I can't talk. Grace stood there silently, gritting her teeth. Then, she stepped away from the door.
Okay.
Sweet. Thanks, Grace. Sighs of relief, we entered Wolfgang's dorm. Dang, she really liked Wolfgang. I feel bad for Grace. So this is Wolfgang's dorm. While some of my expectations were correct, a lot about the room was still surprised me. I anticipated the layout resembling my dorms and the decor reflecting his talent. What I didn't anticipate was how messy it was. Well, maybe not messy, just really casual. A room that had clearly been well lived in.
Oi, you.
Don't move things around when you expect them. I want to keep the room as is. To be honest, I'm not sure why I was even surprised. Aw. Clothes were scattered across the room, including a familiar-looking woman's jacket. Nothing about them looked suspicious. Grace. A bear. A large toy bear adorned the bed. Something tells me this didn't belong in the room originally. What do you mean? It's cute. Wolfgang also had a pinup calendar in his room. This isn't what I should be focusing on during a murder investigation. He's mad hot, though. Books, Did Wolfgang really read any of these, or were they all just for show? Why does he get real books? I didn't get real books. An intricately patterned couch side by side with 2 red sofa chairs. Even the throw pillows seem to be arranged in just the right way. What's up, Damon?
Hi.
Hey, can you check something out for me?
Easy enough.
In here, or
That's not it.
in the boiler room? I found a taser gun in there.
Are you for real?
I can't tell if it's been fired or not. I don't think it has, but I want to know for sure, because if I'm wrong and this taser gun was used, it might clue us into the nature of Wolfgang's death.
No kidding.
What we're talking about is that big a deal, huh?
Yeah.
Since you're skilled at using guns, I figured...
All good.
No sweat. I'll see to it once I'm done here. Thanks for the heads up, Damon. Thanks for the heads up, Desmond. Love ya. Eloise was kneeling on the floor, sorting through Wolfgang's bedside ottoman with a serious look on her
Hi.
face. Hey, can we talk for a second?
Give me a moment.
Okay.
She closed the ottoman and stood up, now wearing the same nervous expression she always did.
Is there something wrong?
I want to know your whereabouts during Wolfgang's murder.
Oh, when the murder happened, I was with Desmond in the courtyard.
Eh?
The courtyard?
Yes? You can ask Desmond to confirm if you're confused.
No, I'm fine.
It's simple.
Let me just ask this. What were you doing during the blackout?
Blackout?
Yeah, you did experience it, right?
That's not...
No, I don't think there was ever a blackout. We were only alerted to the murder because of Tozu's announcement.
I see.
I see. Yep. My theory was right. If Winona never experienced a blackout in the tree room and Eloise never experienced a blackout in the courtyard, both those buildings must be connected to an entirely different power source. Interesting. Hey, Grace. How are ya?
Ugh.
We're not here for that, my ass.
Hi.
Hey. Normally she'd be meeting my eyes.
Quit it.
I know you suspect me. I can tell by the look on your face. But I don't know anything about his death. To be in the dark like everyone else about a person she was so close to. Damn it, get a grip of yourself, Damon. Grace can claim to know nothing about the murder, but what about everything before it?
Anyway.
So I heard a rumor you became Wolfgang's new bunk buddy. This room seems to confirm that. How was he this morning? Grumpy? Happy? Sick?
Eh?
Huh? We were planning to go to the game tournament, but he woke up with an ache in his stomach. He woke up sick? If you're telling me the truth, then Wolfgang planned to attend the tournament.
That's not it.
Why did he say the opposite yesterday? Admittedly, I'm also a little hesitant about attending. I'm not sure if I will have the time for it. Oh, I miss doing his voice. Oh, I miss him. From what I remember, Wolfgang said he was too busy to attend the tournament. More like he wanted another round at the pachinko machine.
Watch and learn.
I would know. I interrogated him after breakfast.
No.
What? That's seriously what he meant?
Yeah, okay.
Uh-huh. Which was why I told him, hey, no, let's do the tournament. He was a bit finicky at first, typical for a soybean, but he eventually caved. Wolfgang was a pachinko player? I'm not sure I can believe that. Then again, some of the paraphernalia in this room looked neither golf nor law related.
Okay.
Alright, so based on what you're saying, Wolfgang agreed to attend the tournament yesterday. However, come this morning, Wolfgang remembered that Pyro was attending, so he suggested I track down that guy and partner with him instead.
Right.
Right, because you needed to bring a partner to the tournament. Pfft, Wolfgang. He knew I was miffed about it. His smile said as much. But I walked out the door anyway.
Dumbass.
Wolfgang said he was too sick to get out of bed, so I walked away. Wolfgang really had been bedridden. How did he wind up in the boiler room? Either he didn't come of his own volition, or he was never sick to begin with. By the look on her face, I could tell Grace realized the same. With all that said, it wasn't like Wolfgang to hide anything. For a guy who's so gung-ho about honesty, you'd think he would confide in the person he's closest to. Did the letter I find in his blazer pocket have something to do with it? Yep. They told him to close the door, so they locked him in and had him do some saw-like puzzle trap, and then he got himself electrocuted to death, burnt to a crisp. While only a few words were legible, a lot could be gleaned from them. For example, that mention of a secret. Did the rest of the note elaborate on it, or was the word alone enough to scare Wolfgang? Maybe he wanted to shield Grace from information even he couldn't handle. Or maybe he simply didn't want her to know. Oh, I need a burp. Whatever the reason, Wolfgang Akere deliberately hid information from someone. Ironic, huh? Oh, Grace. Well, that's all I could find. Why was Grace so antsy about people entering? There didn't seem to be anything suspicious lying around here. In any case, since I'm done here, I should head to the dining hall. I'm pretty sure that's where Ava said she was going. Ava? As soon as I entered the room, Ava walked over to me.
Hello.
I've just finished talking to everyone here.
Anything important?
Rage.
Nothing important. I don't think Jet and Mark are taking this seriously. This might end like a mock trial where only a couple people know what they're doing.
Does she really think so? While that information definitely didn't bode well for me, I couldn't afford to be discouraged by it. Not unless I want to die in this case. Sorry about the bonk. I'll see if I can make those two talk.
Thanks.
Good luck.
Is it me, or is there something funky about this place?
Come again?
What?
I don't know, man. Everything feels kinda off. I can't place why, though. And it's bugging the crap out of me.
Sounded like he just felt uncomfortable being here. I guess I can't blame him. With the turn things have taken, the tension and excitement of the tournament was all but a distant memory. And this room was now a reminder Wolfgang died right under our noses. Hey, Kai. Shit. Why didn't Tozu fix the blackout himself? Is the maintenance of this place seriously our responsibility?
Not okay!
The fridge and pantry are restocked every day, though. Can't things just be consistent? Whining aside, he made a good point. Why didn't Tozu fix the blackout? Thinking back on his spiel from earlier. Because it was important to the killer, they could easily make their escape if no one could see anything.
Wait.
Oh yeah, Damon, since you're here, I've been thinking really hard about those footsteps we
Come
heard.
again?
When we were in the storage closet?
No, seriously.
Yeah, they were soft, right?
Like the person was wearing socks.
I see.
Yeah, it said pat, 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 instead of like cluck, 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 talk, 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 you know? Now that you mention it, it did sound like socks on a hard floor.
Of all things to be right about, it has to be this.
What do you mean?
Man.
I mean, why didn't the killer just wear shoes? Think about it. The sound of something, like heels, would be pretty distinct, right? Or what about sneakers? They get really squeaky on a smooth floor. And
Don't say that.
What I'm saying is, you could totally figure out the shoe from the sound it makes.
and if you know what shoes the killer had on, you can just look for the person with the matching pair. But socks? Anyone can be wearing socks. The person probably removed their shoes for that reason.
This sucks.
Just our luck. Mark had returned to his position by his equipment. Hey, Desmond and Eloise told me you plan to investigate Wolfgang's dorm. Grace isn't guarding it anymore, so you can go inside now. Let me guess, you don't want to investigate?
It's nothing.
I just came here to make sure my interface wasn't damaged.
This investigation could spell the difference between life and death, yet his priority was his stupid music equipment? Don't you think it looks suspicious, what you're doing?
What?
I heard people are already giving Grace the side eye for being uncooperative. What might they say if they found out you ditched the investigation?
Slow down.
Yo, hold on!
Jet called out to us from the other side of the room and ran over.
Can't you see Broski isn't feeling well? Give the guy some space!
That's not important.
I don't care. I'm working on a time limit. Who are you to talk anyway?
Huh?
Judging by the look on Broski's face whenever you guys are together,
It's simple.
out of everyone here, I think you'd know the least about personal space.
No way! Sure, Mark might not talk a whole lot, but if he wasn't having fun, do you really think we'd be hanging out so much?
Broskies always stick together.
Come on, Broski, back me up here.
Time.
Huh?
What time did the murder happen?
That's
9:35 a.m.?
Check this.
He pointed to a small digital clock at the top of the music pad.
That's...
Huh? Yep. As soon as the blackout went out, boom, it shut off all of his music equipment stuff, and the time got frozen on it. This is the time of the murder.
It was like this when I came back here. I think the clock got screwed over by the blackout. So now it's frozen on whatever it was displaying before it lost power.
Then that confirms my suspicions. The blackout, and by association, the destruction of the generator, occurred at the same time as Wolfgang's murder. Yep.
My man.
Nice going, bro. You hit the jackpot. Bet it's 'cause I was here with you, huh?
Sheesh, this was getting hard to watch. May as well skim through the kitchen, just in case. Nothing out of the ordinary, except... Yep, knife from the kitchen, taken. This knife block had a knife missing from it. For a kitchen knife to go missing at the same time a knife is found floating in the boiler room's water, that can't be a coincidence. Wait, they couldn't get into the kitchen because they were setting up the thing. They said that they could pass them any food or whatever that they'd like. Did anyone ask for a knife? Or was it someone who was setting up the tournament that took the knife and did something with it? They were setting up the tournament all night, weren't they? Cassidy had clearly spent a lot of time doodling this. She must be upset that we didn't even finish a single round. The first time people have a get-together, and they're interrupted by a murder. Thinking back on it, the game tournament and the murder happened really close to each other. The former began at 9 a.m., while the latter occurred at 9:35 a.m. That's within the same hour. Taking another look at this whiteboard. Yeah, I can see why the killer chose to attack so soon. 8 potential witnesses, all situated in one place, too preoccupied with video games to notice the world around them. There couldn't be a more perfect time to strike. Okay, so I feel like the murderer could have been anyone, including anyone in the tournament, because they had made it so that the door locks from the outside. They told him to come and meet them in the boiler room at this time, 8:15 or whatever. That's really early to talk about a secret of some kind. He actually gets there at 8:15, right? He walks into the room, closes it behind them like the note told him to. Click. It locks behind him because the note told him to close the door. They had pre-locked it or something, and so he's locked in right now, right? There's a big tournament going on in this room. Deliberately this room. And there's so much noise going on, you can't hear a single thing. So if he got up onto the generator somehow and tried to like get our attention through the vent, we probably couldn't hear him. Nobody could get anything from the kitchen while the setup was happening. So unless they planned this murder before they started setting up for the tournament and grabbed a knife and was holding onto it for a long time, which I don't think could be the case because we're sharing rooms with each other, I feel like someone in the tournament is the killer. And I hate that.
Oh my, would you look at the time? I dare say we ought to get this trial started soon. How does 20 minutes from now sound? Great, great. Please do continue to investigate until then. See you later.
What? There's only 20 minutes left until the trial?
Damon,
Ah! Jeez, how does she keep scaring me?
the investigation's almost over. We need to find the other 3 and hear their testimonies.
The other 3?
As I was saying,
Toshiko, Ingrid, and Diana.
Jeez.
All right, calm down. Desmond said they were in the courtyard,
I'm
right?
talking.
And Diana's in the laundry room.
Then let's talk to Diana first, since the laundry room is in the same building. In the meantime, don't panic, okay?
Can't you see?
I'm not panicking.
As she said that, she motioned for me to follow her over to the door. Ava might be denying it, but the anxiety which has been bubbling up inside her, which has clearly started boiling over. Although, with how fast my own heart was beating, I guess she's not alone. Bye guys, love you, bye, 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 I'm sus of you, bye. Hey Diana. Alright, if Desmond's telling the truth, then Diana should be in here. Why is she in here? That's a scary face you got there, Diana. Aww.
This can't be happening. This can't be happening.
Diana was standing with her back pressed up against the wall, arms wrapped around herself in a tight embrace. She's in even worse shape than before. Diana, I need to ask you a question.
Please give me a moment. It's been kind of tough.
No.
The investigation is going to end really soon. We can't wait.
Okay, sorry.
Where were you during the blackout?
Oh, the blackout, right before the body was discovered. I was just in my room, alone, doing my makeup.
You don't have any makeup on, though.
I was experimenting with new combinations, so I wiped it all off already.
I see.
So you were alone in your room the entire morning?
Yeah, I just wasn't feeling up to it.
Sorry.
Sorry, I'm feeling a little sick all of a sudden. Do you mind if I go back to my dorm?
I've asked all the questions I wanted to.
Thanks.
When we were talking about who's going to attend the tournament, she said she had something she needed to do in the morning, too. Which, if it was just testing out makeup combinations, you would have thought, like, she would have attended a fun game tournament instead of sitting in her room alone where the door doesn't lock and practicing makeup that we don't even see on her. That's suspicious, too.
So,
Do you think she was acting weird at all?
That's...
No weirder than the others. Anyway, since Diana gave a testimony, I can cross her off my list now. Which means the only people I still need to speak to.
where?
I hope Ingrid and Toshiko are still in the courtyard.
We won't know until we see for ourselves. Alright, let's go before this investigation ends. Is she freaking out because she killed someone? Or is she just upset that somebody died? Could be a combination of both. Hey y'all, I'm sus of both of you. Toshiko and Ingrid had retreated under the bandstand at the center of the courtyard. The larger girl was comforting the smaller girl, who'd completely hidden her face behind her fan.
Hello?
Hey, have either of you been investigating?
Investigating?
Toshiko lowered her fan to reveal a pair of puffy eyes.
Unacceptable! I don't know! What are you expecting me to do?
Seriously?
To look for clues.
Clues? Impossible! How am I meant to do that? It's not like I've had to solve a murder before, you know?
My hands have been a bit full, so no luck in finding any clues.
I can see why.
Moving on.
Okay, well, did you at least notice anything suspicious this morning? It could be a person acting odd or a strange sound. That's what most real-life testimonies talk about anyway.
Think this through.
A person acting odd? Maybe not at the time, but looking back, it definitely seems a little strange. Do you want to tell them, Toshiko?
Okay, fine. This morning, I saw Wolfgang
Huh?
When did you see him?
in the dorm hallway on my way back from the pharmacy.
The dorm hallway.
Just as I was about to enter my room, I saw Wolfgang leave his. Oh, Wolfgang! What a coincidence running into each other like this.
Are you already on your way to the tournament, Miss Kaira? It's rather early.
Of course not. A professional like myself knows better than to attend some silly party.
Right, my apologies.
What about you? Are you going to the tournament?
That's correct. I'm going to the tournament. I'm just heading to the laundry room right now. There's a batch of clothes I accidentally left behind in there.
That's...
Wolfgang said he was going to attend the tournament.
Strange.
Yesterday, he told everyone he was too busy to attend.
I assumed he'd change his mind. I had no reason to question him.
I heard bits and pieces of their conversation from inside my dorm. The whole thing couldn't have lasted longer than a minute.
Bit complicated.
Toshiko and I are bunk buddies, by the way. Thought I'd mention that in case Damon didn't know.
Okay, thanks.
Anyways, when I heard what Wolfie said, my first thought was, leftover clouds? I don't remember any leftover clouds. But I figured I must have been misremembering. What with my aching head and all. Aching head? I was suffering a terrible headache this morning. Couldn't even see 2 steps in front of me, let alone get up from my bed.
That's why I had gone to the pharmacy. I was hoping to procure some medicine for Ingrid.
Not my proudest moment, I'll admit.
I knew I could trust Toshiko with the job.
So,
Do you know what time the interaction was with Wolfgang? What happened? 10 past 8, I think.
How should I put it?
The conversation happened a little after the morning announcement. That I can tell you with confidence.
Yes, 10 past would make sense. When the announcement initially played, I was just about to leave the pharmacy.
And she was already inside the pharmacy by 8 a.m. So Wolfgang, he looked totally fine when you saw him?
sure.
Yes, nothing seemed awry.
Doesn't that call into question what Grace told me earlier? Either Grace lied to me about Wolfgang calling in sick, or she was telling the truth, and Wolfgang just got outed as a liar. I can probably deduce an answer. If I know what time Grace left Wolfgang's dorm, if she left before 8:10 a.m., then she would have already been out of the picture by the time Wolfgang made his move. Hence why she only remembers him in bed. However, if she left after 8:10 a.m., then she would have been there for Wolfgang's encounter with Toshiko. Which means she lied about Wolfgang being bedridden during the period of time she was in his dorm. Funny how she never gave me a time.
What else happened after Toshiko saw Wolfgang? That blackout sure gave us a spook. Toshiko and I decided to stay where we were until the lights turned on. Though we did watch you and your buddies pass. You saw that?
How should I put it?
Heard it first, then took a peek. I would have said something, but I still wasn't feeling my usual self, so we watched you up until you all went downstairs. That must have been how you found the crime scene, right? Yeah, that's right.
Too much for me.
Such a terrible sight. I can't believe someone here might actually be behind it.
Let's just hope we can solve it. That's...
All right, everyone, that's time. Please drop whatever it is you're doing and proceed over to the Tree of Ignorance. Don't make me wait too long, otherwise you'll be in for a shocking surprise. Woohoo, get it? Because your trinkets can zap you. Anyway, just get a move on.
Fingers crossed.
You two, go on ahead. Toshiko and I'll catch up.
Listen to me.
Okay, let's go, Damon.
Right. I like how everyone's got their buddies, except for Grace now. Ava and I made the short trek to the room with the tree. Once there, we waited for the others to arrive. Eventually, everyone had shown up.
So, how are you guys feeling?
It's me.
Words wouldn't do it justice.
Yeah.
I'm feeling pretty bad.
I can't tell you how I feel when I don't even know what I feel.
I'd rather we save the talking for the trial. The trial. In just a few moments' time, we were going to be going back down there. Down there in the trial room, fighting for survival, using only our words. Damn it, Damon, get a grip already. Before the door in the tree opens, I need to ask Desmond if he has any new information about the taser gun.
Hi.
Hey. Hey. His voice was steady, but his eyes kept darting around the room. Did you check the taser?
Right.
Right, I did. Any findings? Just one. The gun's blast doors were missing.
Huh?
Blast? What? So that means somebody fired it, right? Did they fire it into the generator? Did he fire it into the generator? I'm so confused about all the blood, too. That wouldn't make sense if it was like a locked room mystery. Man, this is so strange. All of a sudden, the ground.
Oh no, not again. Hold on to something, everyone.
The Tree of Knowledge, a symbol of sentience, intuition, and understanding, exists here only as a barren replica. The Tree of Ignorance emulates the wonder of nature, but does not achieve it. And justly so, for ignorance often aspires to be seen as wisdom.
Damn it. Well, guess we gotta cut this conversation short. I'll explain everything during the trial. Let's not keep this goat guy waiting.
Holy!
Oh man, this is really happening. We're so screwed. We're totally gonna die.
It is how it is.
You go in expecting to fail. Chances are you will.
Game over, man! Game over!
I'm gonna think of failure even more because of you saying that.
Hold your horses.
Look at it this way. Who here are the cards more stacked against? 14 people working together to solve a murder? Or one person trying to lead everyone else astray?
Are we ready?
If anyone is in for a struggle, it ain't the group of 14.
Do you think?
You make a good point. Statistically, the odds are in our favor here.
It'll be okay.
Exactly. Luck will be on our side.
No, it's not.
If luck was on our side, we wouldn't be in a killing game to start with. Can I say something first before we go? Oh, what is it? It's a message for the killer.
What did you say?
A message for the killer?
I'm scared.
The person here who killed Wolfgang? Whoever you are, can you please step forward?
Huh?
I want to help.
We don't have to do this class trial. If you can just find it in yourself to step forward and bring this whole thing to an end already.
Then please.
Despite Diana's pleas, no one came forward.
Come on.
If someone's determined enough to commit murder, they won't back down because of one person's pleas. Since we're on the subject, I also got a message for the killer. Don't forget that the punishment fits the crime, asshole! Enjoy the fucking death penalty! Grace spat out those words and disappeared into the opening of the tree. I spat out a lot, so that fits perfectly. Co-signed.
Slow down.
Yo, broski, wait up! One by one, people began to follow suit.
I guess if it's time to go.
We know where the stairs would take us and where the elevator afterwards would deliver us, but everything beyond that was shrouded in uncertainty. Get off my screen, Leaf! There was no mock trial awaiting us, no faux murder designed to waste our time with a stupid mystery. This was undoubtedly real. Come on, Damon. Get a hold of yourself already. Taking a deep breath, I approached the opening in the tree and descended into the darkness. Look at us. Okay, it was the same. The same elevator, the same slow churning of metal, and echoing sounds of clunky machinery. And yet, something was different. Someone was gone. Someone who I never held in high regard, but who was still a person nonetheless. A person with feelings, a person with aspirations, a person with a family. A person who I will never hear speak again. On the contrary, not a single word. I'm gonna miss doing that man's voice. Dude, the braid in Ava's hair is so pretty. We never see it from the back. Am I ready for this? Was what I did during the investigation the best I could have done? Will it be enough to carry me through this trial? Will it be enough to lead me to Wolfgang's killer? I won't know until I do it. Until I face this trial head on. There's no way I can place my faith in the other people here. There's no way they'll come to the correct conclusion. Our survival depends on me. The elevator began to slow, snapping me back to reality. I adjusted my tie and stood up tall. And when movement stopped completely, I'm standing tall. The doors in front of us opened.
Rise and shine.
Somebody call an ambulance. I think I've caught a case of deja vu.
Isn't this lovely?
It feels like only yesterday we were playing detective with the corpse of a crime scene. My, how insouciant and chipper so many of you used to be.
How interesting.
After all that back and forth of a simple how done it mystery, I'm truly curious what today's trial will yield.
Yeah,
Just to remind myself, our names are on the podiums, right?
Eager to start, are we?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, to find your podium, just look for where your name is written.
The show must
Come on now, hop to it. I'm so excited I can barely wait a second longer.
I really don't want to do this.
Oh, crud.
We gotta do as he says, though. Otherwise, that enforcer lady might get mad.
Knowing we were powerless to disobey Tozu, we began to disperse and locate our podiums.
Hey.
It's okay, everyone. If we work together, we can do this.
We can't give up.
Right, guys? If we work together, we can solve this case. So, come on, let's do this for Wolfgang.
Although her words elicited nods from the other students, the expressions on their faces told a different story. It was an expression I couldn't help but feel conflicted over. In a moment where I shouldn't have been focusing on my feelings. An expression of unmistakable fear. For days now, I've been angry over the mock trial. Angry at how much people resented me for telling the truth, how they twisted my words and assumed my intentions. I'm angry, but that didn't mean I wanted to be right. I would have been happy for reality to prove me wrong, for no one to buckle under the pressure of the killing game. But good endings like that only exist in stories. Reality wasn't apathetic to what we wanted, and the events of today proved we were at its mercy. Hi, Wolfgang. Cassidy, now's not a time to smile. So I stood there at my podium, conflicted. To think this tragedy could have been avoided had people just listened to me. But who was it that encouraged everyone to turn on me? Who was it that encouraged everyone to trust each other? If Wolfgang hadn't been so naive, if he hadn't just told people to protect themselves rather than each other, then maybe he would still be here. Regardless, I can't let myself be consumed by the what-ifs. Although the others may have failed at preventing Wolfgang's murder, I, at the very least, can solve it. I'll uncover this killer. Let them face the consequences of their actions. I'll solve this case and survive. I'm really excited to get to this trial. The investigation is always my least favorite part. Sorry, I'm bad at it. It just takes a long time and it's kind of interesting, and I like seeing how the story plays out instead of trying to piece it all together myself, because all of my theories are every single which way. But I have to end it here. The next part will definitely be the last, 100%. It'll just be the trial and the execution, then bam, chapter 2 we're waiting for, right? So let's not rush through this in an uncomfortable position, right? Where my throat hurts and I'm hot and I'm hungry and I'm thirsty and I'm wanting a bath. Let's come back to this, okay? I don't know when I can do it, but I look forward to it. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye!